Hey everybody, I'm Ronnie from Teacher's Wonderland and you are watching a Teacher's Wonderland YouTube channel. Make sure you like this video, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell button so you are notified every time we post a new video. Today we are going to get into the nitty-gritty of February. I know it sounds weird, nitty-gritty, but really we need to know what kind of events are going on. And I am going to talk to you about February 2023 activities. But mainly everything kind of stays the same except some of the dates are a little bit different. So if you are watching this in 2024, 25, 26, or 27, just know that the videos, the dates just might change just a tad and we'll go from there. So February 1st is World Read Aloud Day. So I love doing Dear Time, drop everything and read. That's a great day just to read and relax. February 2nd is Groundhog's Day. February 3rd is Wear Red Day. February 11th is Day of Women and Science. Yes. February for this year, 2020, we have the Puppy Bowl, and we also have Big Game Day. I'm not going to say it, where they throw a ball into fields. Kids that day. February 14th is Valentine's Day. This day does, February 14th stays the same, but President's Day, I was going to say the next one, does change because it's like a certain Monday of the month, but President's Day is in February. Mardi Gras usually begins in February as well. And then this year in 23, we actually are starting Ash Wednesday. So that's actually coming up relatively quickly, I feel like. I feel like that's early, but maybe it's not. And then Canada has Pink Shirt Day. So if you are a big time planner like I am, you might want some ideas to use in your classroom during that time. I'm going to have an entire series of books, but that won't come out until later this year because I'm working on something else. So for right now, these are just activities that you can use in your classroom for February. Let's get started. Okay. Let's start with Groundhog's Day. Anybody else like obsessed with Groundhog's Day? I don't know if I'm obsessed with it. They really, Groundhog gets to come out. He's so even like, oh, friends. Is a Groundhog's Day prediction, which is great for supporting your reading lessons. We also love to read about Punxsutawney Phil, and of course we're gonna watch it live. I don't know, maybe it's like a Florida thing, but we don't have winter here. Like we really don't. I mean, we'll get like to the 60s, but that's it. So for us, Punxsutawney Phil is like, is it a real thing? Is it fake? So we really tend to enjoy Punxsutawney Phil more than anything. We love to play our math games and do some division math problems as well. So these are some of the centers that we use during that time. We will also, here's another cute one. They're so cute. I just don't understand how people don't like him. I mean, I get it. It's because he keeps everything cold, right? But there he is. He's so cute. We also will have some Valentine's Day stuff. And so Valentine's Day games, I wonder if I can make this smaller. There we go. I can make it smaller. We love, when we get to that time of the year, we start working on volume. So I've always made sure that during this time, we put some volume in our math games and we get little fun and engaging activities inside of here as well. And just practicing the volume. Now, okay. Is it going to be perfect? No, but Valentine's Day is all about love. And unfortunately, in the upper elementary classroom, we can't just stop teaching on Valentine's Day. Seriously, like we would actually have to have Valentine's Day. We'd have like our little like pass all the treats party, and then we would go on our merry way because we couldn't just stop because we were in test prep mode. Also in February time, it used to be that we used to have our state test like the last day of February. Now, one of our state tests. Now it's like in April. So we couldn't afford to just stop. But How can you make it fun? By giving some really cute games that are themed all around your holidays. They're cute. Another thing I love to do is President's Day. I love President's Day. It's one of my favorite holidays. Why, you ask? I don't have an answer. I don't. However, I do love the fact that you can have a little fun with it. One of the activities I like to do is this coordinate systems. We literally teach coordinates like the week before. And then when I do this, I'm able to kind of show the kids different roads, and we make it more of a lifelike. Now, are these real roads? No. But it doesn't matter. The kids don't care. Okay, they love to be able to play with this and manipulate different math numbers. This is actually this is part of a math set with 15 different President's Day activities. So I like using this. I just think it's fun. Again, have fun with your kids. I don't actually have centers for that day because we're off. We're always off on President's Day. And at that point, like, we're usually still going through our Groundhogs and our Valentine's Day math centers, and they're like hands-on. So we're usually still going through that. Some other ones, like, so for third grade, I've done these, and these are like an example of a center. Fourth grade, I've done these. Again, a little bit different, a little bit harder, nothing crazy. And then fifth grade, we start spiraling like crazy because we're going to have to start doing some of that multiplication. Some of that division. Another thing that I want to show you guys is one of my absolute favorite activities for President's Day. And this is called a choice board. And if you haven't used a choice board before, I highly recommend looking into them. I used to do these as morning work. President's Day usually is a little bit, or even a holiday. I try to do it during our social studies time for maybe like the whole month of February. We only have social studies 15 minutes every other day, maybe, if we're lucky, and if I could sneak it in. Or I would do it during reading groups time. So like that would be like one of their little activities that they could do, because they are doing more than just, talking, they are like reading. They're pretty much putting out what they've done. So I'm going to walk you through what President's Day activities look like, because I feel like it's important for you to see them. Okay, so a choice board is where the students are able to choose 3 options based on either their liking or their teacher's liking. A lot of times I would have students, they can choose 3 across, they can choose 3 down, 3 diagonal, really whatever you want. Or if they don't want to listen and they don't want to do it, well, then it's teacher's choice, and I'm going to pick the hardest ones. I'm going to go through each of these sets, but it's going to go backwards. So it's actually going to start right here at the bottom of the speech, just so you know. Okay, this is a great way for your students to talk about things that they want to do if they want to be president, things that they would change maybe in the classroom, maybe in the world, anywhere. This is students will write a speech to convince the classmates to vote for them. And there's some of their writing. Next one is comparison. I want you to go through and compare what Washington and what Lincoln did for our country. I mean, think about the great things that they've done. Brought to you by Diet Coke. Like for me, when I taught 5th grade, Washington was huge because we did the Revolutionary War. So for my kids in 5th grade, they chose Washington because of that. The next one is a newspaper. I want you to write a newspaper article about the first president of the United States, George Washington, which means that they need to go and read about him and then write an article about him. So they are taking that evidence and the claim and they're putting it into their own text, which higher order. Newspaper article about George Washington. I think it's the same one, but it's just this one doesn't have lines. Research presidents, and then I want them to write everything they did. Again, this is going back and taking what they've learned and putting it in there, right? Why not? Evidence, claim, text. This one's just a fun one. Create the words based off of any of the words that they have here. So, dent. I like to do berry. You can combine all of them, whatever you want. And then what's fun afterwards is I will actually do this with my kids because this is actually an activity I genuinely enjoy. It's like a Wordle, right? Kind of boggle. That's the word. Boggle. That's the word. I will actually do this with my kids, and then every time they words on the board, after they found it, and put how many they've seen or how many they wrote. Like this is the same. So like let's say here is everything. Okay, here's my marker board. I wrote the word berry. This is my marker board, and then my berry. And we will tally all of our work on a different anchor chart. Woo! On a different anchor chart. So we have 1, 2, 3 tally marks. And that's our way to do this. But included in your... Okay, if they were the president, and what would you do? What would you do if you're the president? I was president. He brought up one of his kids was sick, and another one of the kids took their pony and brought it up to the sick kid up in the residential house. I would do that. I probably also would do what Princess Diana did in the palace. Her roller skates. Oh, palace. I would 100% do that. Why not? You're only president once. I also like to create, not to find, and then sometimes depending on the unit, I will have them give the mission for it as well. Students can create a card to thank the president, and then thank them why they were thankful. It's keys here. Getting your poetry in there. They want to do, or I just for each of them. And simple. Some planning off of February, and I hope you got some